watched the movie earlier with one of my friends. It's a rom-com Korean movie called Untangled Love, and it is quite lighthearted. The premise of the movie itself was quite predictable, and it was just an enjoyable watch. Being a rom-com, one of its genre it involved romance, of course, and it was a happy ending. My friend was really excited, throughout the movie. I noticed that she was very immersed into it, and she was watching the movie as if she was living through the main character's point of view. Every time she stopped to talk about it in certain scenarios, you could really tell that she really feels what it would be like to be in that scenario. At the end, when we were talking about the movie, I could really tell that because I was the one who offered to watch the movie with her, with the purpose of I just felt like watching a movie at the time, and she was mentioning about movies that she liked to watch, and so I thought, why not just hop on a call and watch a movie while I could do my capstone on the side for the company, as well as something to just keep my attention. I could tell that my invitation meant something to her. She appreciated it, and I can only say that I'm glad that she's glad. I'm glad that she found the movie enjoyable and that she found my company enjoyable. But at the end, I don't really feel anything. To me, it just feels like a cog being set in motion. It's just part of the day. It's just an interaction to be had. Another thing that happened earlier was that I was talking to another friend. This time, she seemed like she was going through something. The mannerisms of her texts and how she would reply to me seems like she has put up some distance between us, maybe due to the fact that we have not talked in some time, or that we were both busy with our lives. And so I attempted to try and reach back out to her. I asked her very directly how she was doing, and that was she feeling like she wanted to talk about whatever is on her mind. I offered a helping hand, and she actually replied quite welcomingly. She did mention that she was feeling sad and that she was trying to keep herself busy to not let it get to her. After that, it actually feels like I've shaved off some of the distance that she put up between us. She started talking about her day, how her school has been, how her friendships are going with her childhood friends. Her childhood friends are so close with her that they could just enter her house freely, and that they could even call her mom their mom. Her mom doesn't mind that her friends are, treating her with such closeness. She then says, if we ever get super close with each other, I wouldn't mind calling your mom my mom too. And immediately, for something that is so innocently said, people in general would just take it as a warm and friendly moment. The only thing I could think of is how that could never happen, because even though socially me and my friend can be considered pretty open towards each other, and I could actually speak most of my mind to her, and I would assume that she could freely talk about what she wants to with me, I could never feel that sort of closeness to begin with. Even when I've closed the distance that she put up between us, it's really more so of the distance that I put between us. And this is not just for her, it's for everyone that I know in general. That distance, that detachment, that impermanence, that they could leave at any moment. We could be friends for one day, and things could change immediately tomorrow, and we would no longer be friends, and that wouldn't affect me one bit, because I never shared the immersion, the emotional anchor of being committed or being immersed or being weaved in these moments of friendship, in these conversations where you feel like you belong in the friendship itself. I was never comfortable enough to put myself in those scenarios, and because of that, I'm not affected when people come and go. Externally, I'm always the one observing outside of what is actually happening. I could form social connections. I could make myself be involved in conversations. I could ask friends to see if they want to watch a movie, get on a call, play some games. I could ask a friend how they're feeling. They could ask me how I'm feeling. We can talk about our lives. But emotionally, I'm never really there. And this sort of boundary, this sort of self-containment that keeps my peace is probably what is keeping anyone from truly understanding the kind of person that I am. And the worst problem is I don't even really know how to fix it. I don't even know where to begin. This isn't even to say that I don't reveal myself to other people. I do try to give bits and pieces of myself through conversation. Sometimes I even give a lot. I dip my toes in the water. I talk about what I'm thinking of and how it feels to live world, to experience things like how I do, but most of the times it just goes right past people, honestly. And then I stop. I'm also not saying this as if no one has actually tried to get to know me, because I have close friends and old friends that try their best to stay connected, to get to know me, to ask questions. But when I do try to answer them, when I give answers that are unorthodox or just void of emotional influence, answers that can be logically explained but are not great to hear, then they think I'm weird, or they just don't really get my point of view, I guess. Funnily enough, I'd even say that the people that I'm closest with are the people that has never gotten to know me close enough. When people start asking me about my opinions on things, and when they learn about the things that I like or I do, they default to thinking it's weird if that is the general consensus for it. It's weird seeing how I have friends that appreciate what I do for them or talk to me with such engagement that I know for a fact that if I disappear tomorrow, that they would be sad or they would be devastated. But I cannot say the same for myself. I don't really know how to process that. How do I overcome this? I think the only way of overcoming this is just to learn how to make myself stop being an external observer from reality, from my own reality. In fact, it's almost as if I'm living my life through third person, where anything that happens to me is not even happening to me. I think I just need to live life through my own eyes, my own experience, and stop analyzing everything like there's some kind of explanation to everything. I should just let loose and feel things sometime. But it's great to be back. Thanks for watching, guys.